Hello, welcome to AC Milan TV News. My name is Bruno, and today we're going to be talking about the transfer market because I think it closed in about three and a half weeks from now on September 2nd. And then we're going to be discussing the beginning of our season, especially the first 3 to 4 games. Those are very important for us to start well. And then we're going to be recapping the Manchester United game that happened last Saturday because that was a very positive game, very few negatives, and I just want to talk about it. I want to be excited for the season that's coming, and I thought we saw very good things in all that game. So let's talk about the transfer market. Correa put in a transfer request at Atletico Madrid. He wants to leave. He wants to come to AC Milan. Atletico Madrid wants to sell the player. We want to buy the player. The difference is we value the player 10 million euros less than Atletico Madrid does. It's going to be difficult to bring him in. He really wants to come, and that's a plus. We really want players that really want to come to AC Milan. We need players that wants to develop with the club, that wants to grow with the club and go challenge for things with the club. Um, the problem is Athletic Madrid. Athletic Madrid wants their money. They want the 50 million euros. We don't want to offer that much for a player that's been sitting on the bench. He looks like he's gonna be a. If he comes in, he's gonna be a perfect second striker right next to Piontek. And I really want to see him come in. I think that we did a good job buying Leon, or from Lille, sorry. And I just don't think Leon is ready to start AC Milan right away. He's gonna be a player for the future. He's gonna be playing some games, but he's not ready. And I really don't trust André Silva. André Silva really wants to leave the club. He didn't do very well during his time at the club. His experiment at the club failed. He was worth 40 million euros. We want to sell him for about 30 million euros, and nobody wants to buy him other than Monaco. And that ship sailed. We won't be able to sell under sell to Monaco really. Where our relationship with Monaco right now is very poor because of this transfer that failed, and he's just who is gonna buy a striker that hasn't been scoring goals. We know that he proved himself in the Portuguese league. We know he did well there, but that is a Portuguese league. The Italian league is a step above the Portuguese league, so it's gonna be hard to sell under Silva, and he might be here next season. Who knows? He might be here, and I have a strange feeling that he might be, because it's gonna be very hard to find somebody to buy him, and I don't see anybody else that's really interested in Andres Silva other than Wolves. I think maybe, but Wolves is also interested in Cassier. So it's very difficult situation for Andres Silva. Now let's talk about Biglia, because Biglia did very well during the preseason. John Paul really likes him now. I like him. I thought he did amazing. He controlled the midfield. He was very calm, very relaxed. He got the ball, passed the ball. Blocks a lot of the passes, interceptions. He was just a good player during preseason. He really impressed me because he never really played that well under Gattuso. I never thought he was amazing under Gattuso. So I was very impressed by him. It is a weird situation with him because the club does want to get rid of him because of his wages. His wages are way too high, but John Paul does like him. And if he's gonna be sitting on the bench for Benacer, I wouldn't mind keeping him there, but his wages is the problem. And I'm not sure if Biglia does want to sign a new contract to stay at the club. So we're gonna wait and see what happens to Biglia. Um, I hope he does stay because the way he played, I wouldn't mind having him as backup. He was a perfect backup for us. The same with Borini. I want to sell Borini because he's a perfect backup for any player that we have really up top, right? He runs, he gives all his all. He's a utility player. He's not the best player, not very skillful, but he needs to be at a club because he's a nice backup for whatever happens to other players that they can get hurt, they can get red cards, they can get tired, fatigue. So we need a player like Borini at the club, just like Biglia. We need Biglia at the club, and I hope we keep both of them. Çalhanoğlu, I heard some reports that some German teams they really want to get Çalhanoğlu, but I wouldn't read too much into it because there was not a lot of credit. It's not very credible. Um, I it was very few reports, so I'm just letting you guys know to watch out for those rumors. Don't really just fall into them because Paulo really likes Çalhanoğlu, and I doubt they will really want to sell Çalhanoğlu. I think he's down the list to be sold. I don't think he's going to be a player that's a priority to be sold like André Silva. Suso, with Suso, you know, I said it before, I wasn't convinced with Suso as a number 10 because in past, when he plays a number 10, he didn't play that well. Under Gattuso, he didn't play that well as a number 10. And also, Suso is a very, he'll play half the season very well and the other half very, very bad. If he plays the way he played during this preseason, I'll keep him right away. I think he'll be fantastic for us if he stays the way he is. He'll be good. And for me, I will give him a chance during the season. I want to sell him right now. I will give him a chance, let him play as a number 10, see what he can do under Gianpaolo. I heard that his agent was at Casa Milan today. They won a new contract worth 4.5 million euros a year. I'm not sure what the wage structure is at AC Milan right now. I think that's a bit too high for AC Milan. But if they're comfortable that he's going to be a top class player for the next year or two, we should pay him that much, and we should get rid of that buy clause that he has, release clause, yeah, the release clause that he has, because that's just like it gives away the power that we have over the player, right? We give the power to other clubs to buy him, so we should get rid of that, the release clause. We should maybe give him a new contract, maybe a little bit improvement. Not 4.5 million seems too much to me, especially for a player that flip-flopped too much last season. So we'll see what happens with that. There are reports that Lyon are interested in Suso. They want to offer about 35 million euros. I want to sell him, but it's up to Suso if they activate the release clause. So before we talk about the Manchester United game, let's talk about the beginning of the season, because we're going to be playing three teams that are supposed to be at the bottom of the table. The first three games that we have is against teams that are at the bottom of the table. Okay, it's going to be Udinese, Brescia, and Hellas Verona. We got to win those three games right away. We got to start the season with a lot of passion, a lot of motivation. We got to start really hungry. We got to win those three games, because the fourth game we played is against Inter Milan. And we know that Inter Milan is going to be very difficult. They improved a lot this summer. They bought some players. They have a new manager. They have a new style of play. So we got to go into that game, the fourth game of the season. We got to be ready. We got to know what we're doing during that game, because it's going to be difficult. And that game could help us throughout the season. It could shape our season, really. I know it's only the fourth game of the season, but beating Inter, having 4 wins in a row against the three teams that are below the mid table, and Inter, winning those 4 games is gonna shape our season. I believe beating Inter early is gonna make a great push for us to make 4th place. So we should focus as much as possible to start that season very strong. We can't make any mistakes, no draws. We got to win all 3 games so we can go into that Inter game prepared to beat them. And it's going to be a very exciting game. That game is going to be very exciting. I can't wait to see it. I wish I was there to actually watch in person, because I think it's going to be 2 new managers, 2 new styles of play, and nobody knows really what's going to happen. So I'm very excited for that game. Now let's talk about the last thing we're going to talk about is a recap for against Manchester United. Like I said about Suso, he did very well. I'm not going to talk too much about him because I said he did amazing. He controlled the whole game, really. He was unstoppable that game. My issue that I really want to talk about is 2 players, really, is Piontek and Musacchio, okay? Piontek is really frustrating me a little bit because he's really out of form, I believe, like a little bit out of shape. And I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's because of the new system or he doesn't really understand what's going on with Gianpaolo yet, but he's not playing well. And it is a little bit of a concern. Maybe Gianpaolo has to play with the player a little bit more, understand really how he plays to make the best of him. But it's, I don't know. I haven't seen the last three games that I watched him play. I haven't seen anything crazy from Piontek. All I seen was a lot of walking around, a lot of flopping around as well. Not sure if he's not like I said, I don't think he's comfortable with the system yet. So hopefully by the season, when the season happens, he'll be ready for the season because we need him. He is a goal scorer. We need him to be 100% going into the season strong and starting scoring goals right away. We need to win those three games, like I said. Musakio, I don't even know what I don't even know what to like make of Musakio really. Musakio, he's the one play that really frustrates me. He really frustrates me. And the reason is he makes so many mistakes. He is a bit lazy defending. That goal from Rushford, he should have stopped that. I think he gave him too much space. It's just weak defending. And we need somebody that's going to be playing next to Romagnoli that's, has a focus and has the drive to be playing 100% all the time. And that's what we need from our defenders. We have good defense, okay? We have Theo Hernandez, we have Donnarumma, Romagnoli, Calabria. Those are good defenders. We just need that one last piece, okay? I don't care if it is Caldara or Duarte that came in. One of those two have to come in and have to take over Musakio because Musakio is not good enough to be on the first team. I thought he wasn't good enough last season. Coming into the season, I hope he's not there. I don't think he's terrible, but he's not a starter. I think he's a bench player. So I don't know what you guys think about that. Maybe you guys think differently, but I think the two goals against Manchester United, it was his fault. He didn't close, what's his name, Lingard, fast enough, and he let Rashford just pass by him. So I felt like those two goals was his fault, and this could happen during the season, and I don't want that to happen. Especially we control that Manchester United game. We controlled the whole game. Our midfield destroyed the midfield. It we tied the game 2-2. We shouldn't have tied the game. They almost didn't have the ball. I think the first half we had 63% possession. We just couldn't do anything in the final third again. And our defense, they fell asleep a couple of times. Musakio in particular fell asleep a couple of times. So let me know what you guys think about that. Comment in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe, share the video. It does help if you guys share. Thanks for your time as well. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.